What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brew master in chief. And today in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you from Diamond 3 on the precipice of Diamond 2. I've been perfecting even better the Naya aggro deck now. I'm not going to call it Naya humans anymore. There's too many non-humans. Just the Naya aggro with the Alana and Helena. It's now a version 3.1 and it's just humming. It has been quite harrowing though, just playing the same deck over and over again. And I'm just at it because I want to get into Mythic before Kamigawa Neon Dynasty drops on Arena in just 2 short days. And so, with that long introduction in mind, I am going to show you a very fun and more, let's say, janky brew and perhaps a new take on mono white. Just to keep things interesting both for you guys and for me in this sort of lapse between formats. And I'm calling it Cathar Tribal, and it's kind of a Coven deck / mono white aggro. There's a lot of the cards from mono white aggro, but then we've coupled them with the Coven mechanic, and it's actually freaking been good. Like, I've been enjoying this a lot. So, what do we got here? As far as Coven, let's start with Candletrap. 1 mana, enchant creature. Enchanted creature now has Defender, and you can prevent all damage that will be dealt by enchanted creatures. So, even if it blocks, it won't kill your guy, and that effectively just renders the creature completely useless. And you can eventually, when you have Coven, which means that you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, pay 3 mana, 2 colorless and a white, sacrifice Candletrap, and you get to exile the enchanted creature. So a nice little bit of removal in the early game, kind of taking the place of something like Portable Hole because of the Coven mechanic sort of theme of the deck. Then we've got Hopeful Initiate. Training. So the 2 mechanics from Human Tribe in the 2 Innistrad sets, one was training, one was Coven, and this is kind of one that overlapped nicely. So this one can just grow. I'm sure you've seen it before. It doubles as a way of removing artifacts and enchantments by removing 2 counters from amongst creatures you control, which is quite nice. You can like take 1 off here, 1 off there, and get rid of artifacts and enchantments, which I think is actually going to be much better in the coming set. But yeah, in here also just to grow nicely, and we've got many ways of doing that. First of all, we've got Cathar Commando. Wait, no, sorry. I was talking about all the Coven cards first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I already kind of skipped one with the Hopeful Initiate that doesn't have nothing to do with Coven. We've got the Ambitious Farmhand, which is a insane. I played it before in my Coven decks back in the day when Vow just dropped, and I kind of just Midnight Hunt just dropped, and I kind of just forgot about it because of the problem that mono whites often has, especially if you're running slightly smaller mana bases. Like here, I'm running 22 lands. Having 4 of this Ambitious Farmhand that reliably draws you your 3rd land, and then you can just pretty much play the rest of your deck because everything's really just at 3 lands mostly, other than 1 Sneaky Legion Angel. So really, really essential. And then the fact that you can transform it into a 3/3 with lifelink once you have Coven is also not bad at all. Then we've got Cathar Commando, another way of getting rid of artifacts and enchantments, but also really nice because you can flash it in. And because it has 3 power, if you play your Hopeful Initiate, then on turn 2 you just play a land, say go, they play something, then on their end step you flash in Cathar Commando, you can start attacking on turn 3 and growing your Hopeful Initiate. And you can perhaps on turn 3 play a Luminarch Aspirant or an Adeline. So it's quite a nice like tempo play, keeps the pressure nice. Then we did need some removal, and I do not mind running a Fateful Absence, even though you give the opponent the clue token. So full play set of Fateful Absence. I guess we've completely just forgotten going through the Coven cards. I'm just kind of going through the cards. But next up, we've got Luminarch Aspirant, which, again, it's just still the best 2-drop in Standard. So I guess we just have to play it. And it really helps with Coven, obviously, because you can spread those tokens where you need them so that you constantly maintain Coven. And that's really, really important in this deck. So of course, as well as just that 1-2, it starts to feel really, unless the opponent has removal straight away, that creature that keeps growing is really, really, like, you know, puts on the pressure. Then we've got a full playset of the Sungold Sentinel, which I think is probably the strongest card in the deck. Like, severely underplayed. The mono white aggro list that's making the rounds on all the websites has like 2 copies in it, because the other 2 drops are taking more precedence, like, you know, Talia and Luminarch Aspirant and Intrepid Adversary. You know, it makes sense. But in this deck where we're focusing on Coven, this is like centerpiece. It's insane. Once you got Coven, you can just pay 2 mana and, you know, it becomes unblockable. You can also do that at instant speed if you have Coven, so you can make it, you know, resilient to removal. It's and it also, you know, does graveyard hate when it ETBs and when it attacks. So it's just such an all-rounder. And if we can grow her a little bit with some of our ways of doing so, you know, Luminarch Aspirant I've talked about, and we'll get to Arm the Cathars. But then it just gets better and better. And anyway, a 2-drop with 3 power that stands toe-to-toe with your Werewolf pack leader is quite nice. They often don't want to trade, and then you can start growing it. Then we've got full playset of Brutal Cathar. This is Cathar Tribal, after all. It's more about the Coven, I guess, but we do, you know, we've got Cathar Commando, we've got the Ambitious Farmhand that turns into Seasoned Cathar. We've got Brutal Cathar, and then we've got Adeline, the Resplendent Cathar, and then we've got Arm the Cathars. So Brutal Cathar, don't think it needs much more of an introduction. It's absolutely insane card. You can start to really get good with the day and night cycle, and when it is that you like hold you've got like 2 cheap 1 or 2 drops in hand, instead of just like deploying additional threats that might really do not much to change the board state, you play nothing, let it go to night. The following turn you play your 2 1-drops. You know, you can attack with a bigger 3/3 at that point perhaps, and it's also harder to remove. And then when it flips back to the opponent's turn, it's daytime, and then you get to exile something else. Like, I'm getting really, really good with that play pattern with Brutal Cathar as a way of removal, and just absolutely loving it. So, full playset. Then we've got 3 copies of Adeline because she's legendary, so didn't need the full playset. Don't want to end up with too many of her, but she's just insane. This is a quick brew. We don't want to get lost in like turn 6, turn 7 sort of stuff against you know, your Blood on the Snow decks. We're trying to end things pretty quickly, and Adeline is like really one of the main ways that we're going to be doing that. I really like the play line where you like deploy Adeline on turn 3, and then on turn 4 you play Arm the Cathars, which is another new card that's made its way into the brew, which you know, I didn't ever see, but this is a really cool little temporary anthem effect thing. Sorcery speed, 3 mana, 1 colorless, 2 white, and until end of turn, target creature you control gets +3. Well, it doesn't even have to be you control, but I don't see why you do it to anyone else. Gets +3/+3, +2/+2 to another one, and +1/+1 to another one. So you give like your weakest creature the +3/+3, your medium to weakest creature the +2/+2, and then you give your strongest creature the +1/+1. They all gain vigilance as well, and you swing in for the It's really, really nice. And if you've got like a couple of Legion Angels and like, I don't know, maybe a Sungold Sentinel, and you've got like 5 mana open, you leave the remaining 2 mana to activate the Sungold. Of course, this really helps with getting Coven if you don't have Coven, because you spread those powers and toughnesses where they're required. So just an absolute all-rounder in the brew, and is that type of thing that like the opponent might think he's going to survive 1 more turn of blocks because he looks at what you have on board now, and then you just you know, cast this thing and they scoop on the spot. And yeah, that's it. Very simple. It's one of those videos where my son is asleep in the room next door and I don't have an insane amount of time, so I'm just going to play some fun and janky unranked ladder with some Cathar Tribal. And let's jump into the games. As usual, at this point in my videos is when I like to do a little bit of self-promotion. So if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, kindly consider doing so. Almost at that 500 subscriber mark, and I really want that community tab, so please help us get there, and as well as helping the rest of the subscribers get the giveaway that will be triggered at 500 subs. So subscribe, and then of course, if you could be so kind, like the video, leave a comment. Love your comments. And if you do want to be notified of future daily uploads, then hit the bell icon. Alright, that's me. I'm done. Go fetch our third land with the Ambitious Farmhand. Boop. Crucial. Crucial. Allowing us to go straight into Adeline next turn is freaking fantastic. Although, there could be a, what's his name? Jawari. So don't want to tap out. Now it's going to be a Fading Hope, almost certainly. Okay, Spikefield Hazard. Maybe they're still at Fading Hope. This is probably one of the worst matchups, I guess. Like, if it's the type of Lear deck that also runs a lot of removal and like maybe those little micro sweepers, syndiclasms, things like that. I hope not. We just have to keep playing things into his potential counter spells. Obviously, we would never risk the Legion Angel as it's our only copy. Mari Command. Might be at the mill deck. Might be mill. That's so obviously, I mean... Well, I ain't to it. Saw it coming, almost certainly. No, okay. Too bad we've let it go to the end step. Cannot cast anything. I would love my flash guy now. I do have 3 of him in the brew, but now is the question: are we gonna get Goldspan Dragon or like Tasha's Hideous Laughter, or is it the dude? One, two, three. Ooh, the dude I was talking about was the Hullbreaker Horror, of course. Still no. Thankfully. Is it Tasha's? Nah, this smells like Hullbreaker Horror, like big time. So I'm holding up this Fateful Absence. Here he comes. Now he has to cast something to bounce my Fateful Absence. Bounces himself. Now we're free to cast. Now I've occasionally won against this type of crap. He's also 1 mana short of casting it again. I think we got him. Oh. Mwah. Beautiful. So happy I held up the Fateful Absence. I think we got him. I'm fairly certain that we got him. Okay, so... oh, we didn't get to cast Arm the Cathars. Sorry. Into Diamond. Tier 2, baby. That's what I like to see. I was supposed to be playing this in unranked. Whoops. Okay, maybe we just... Once you hit a new tier, you get kind of like a free game. I don't know if anybody's noticed that. You just like... wouldn't... If I lost this first match, I wouldn't go back down. So I'm just going to try it again in ranked. That was a pretty convincing little performance against the Hullbreaker nonsense. And I was going to follow up if he hadn't bounced himself, but he bounced like maybe the spell I was casting. I could have, I guess, cast it again, which is why he bounced the thing. But I was planning on just... I had the follow-up Brutal Cathar as well. So, pretty sweet. I hate that card so much. So much. The cool thing is here we also like give that impression of being mono white aggro, and it gets a lot of people pretty annoyed. And then it's like, oh no, wait. See, so we've got our third land. Rather cast a 3/2. Here comes the Nemesis. Okay, we've got 2 copies of Adeline. Here comes Vanishing Verse. So now we can just attack for 3. Okay. I think the goal here is to just keep attacking. He's gonna get out that freaking lulz on turn 5, you know what I mean? Get stuffed. Boom, boom. Will he go for the treasure? The Sentinel survives. Bum ba da. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da. Okay, about that. He's probably digging for a second white source. No, another black. Here comes Edgar. Play the Edgar. I'd rather you play the Edgar than... Oh, no. That is just disastrous. I hate that card with a passion, mate. Like, I don't think you people understand how much I hate that card. So annoying. And it's gonna, like, the angel... sorry, not the angel. The dragon, the new dragon, is gonna make it just insanely better. I hope that's clear. The new black dragon, the 5-drop, because it can be brought back. And when it dies, it brings something back from a graveyard. It's gonna be ridiculous. Just so you know. Stupid card. Never say never. It's never over until it's over. I'm okay to take that. Oh, that was stupid. Never mind. Oops. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna lose this one. The endless grind fest that is the new Orzhov control deck is just too much to handle. He's got the white there though. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana to do both. I think all I have to do is attack. Ay. Ooh, okay. Okay. Maybe. A glimmer of hope. Skadoosh. Get rid of this freaking land. Once and for all. Down to 1. Second copy of Edgar. Ugh. Okay, I think we're just dead, no? Good game. Pity. But this deck is really, really good. For those of you who didn't watch my game last night, though, the mill brew, you see we got a free win. Like, I mean a free loss. I didn't recede back into tier 3 from that loss. But yeah, last night we preyed upon the Orzhov guys. It was the best and most satisfying victories out of yesterday's video for sure, and we won twice and we matched up twice against that brew. I think if you want to beat on that brew, play mill. It doesn't fare so well against some of the other decks, but like 1 in 2 matches against Orzhov on the ladder, so you might as well give it a try. No matter how gross you feel with yourself. Okay, it's a little bit of unranked. Finally, Cathar Commando making an appearance. I like this hand. Or you just play a land, say go. I think we definitely exiling you, my dear friend. No ramp allowed. Skadoosh. Although now it could be 3rd Snow Forest into Werewolf Pack Leader into Blizzard Brawl. No? Okay, that's cool. Where's my Candletraps? Okay. Let's play a 1-1. That gives us Coven. Skadoosh. And let's get the Coven going here. And boom. So then we flipping this guy. Does he swing with the 4-4? Does he have the Blizzard Brawl? They've always got it. Here it is. Every time. Like, every time. Yeah. Enjoy. Alright, so we don't have Coven. Yet I said anything. Blizzard Brawl is so OP. Ooh. How creative. Ooh, this card's gonna make a huge comeback again, like I think with all the vehicle stuff that's being printed in Kamigawa. Get ready for another bunch of cat shenanigans. I'm ready to bet. But that's why we run the Commando. Fortunately, we need just one different type of power and toughness, like a Adeline, perhaps, or a Legion Angel, and we would be able to, you know, flip the Ambitious Farmhand and also start getting through for some damage with the Sentinels. But mono green is like rapidly getting out of hand. And that's probably going to be the game. Oh well. Opponent doesn't seem to want to dedicate himself to a full-time swing event. He's probably trying to like flip the oddity and go full combo wombo Bazango mode. 6, 2, 5, 6, 7. So he could get 8 next turn if he has another land. No veil. No veil. Oh Lord, let there not be a veil. Yay! Whew. Nice. Oh, were you one turn away from flipping your oddity? I'm so sorry. Terribly sorry. My dear fellow. And he does have Coven. 4 to... No, he doesn't. Haha. Deep thoughts. The nickname seems apt. Doubt 41. It's probably another inscription. Yeah. Whenever I see one of those, like, oh my god, he's touching everything. And it's taking forever. I feel an inscription of abundance coming my way. There's another freaking... Yes. It's not what we want. It is not what we want at all. And if we have to hit the opponent 3 damage at a turn with caves, we're gonna be here all day. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. He got the Coven because of the counters on what's his name and Shiggy Mablob. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Won't do much, I'm afraid. But I think we lose anyway, so I'm just gonna go full send. For the lols. Yeehaw! Nice. I was hoping the opponent would go for something like that because he wants to get his combo off. Like, he could have just blocked everything, killed all my stuff, and then just attacked. Now he's trying to get the, like, okay, I'm going to flip my oddity He didn't leave enough mana. He's got the mana from... Oh my goodness, he just noobed out. Lol. Whoops. He's... he was trying to flip the oddity. And he just did the wrong land. That's still not enough. Oh, we are so... Okay, I want to stick around for this. Just this... Next turn's gonna be special. Oh, I could have blocked the 2-3 with my 2-3. That was a mistake. Woo! Yeah, baby! Ah, 4, 5, 6 lands. This is gonna be fun. Woohoo! Everything has trample. I just wanted to do this for science, how much we lose first of all, and also if I put on the protection from green. Oh, I could have whipped out the land as well. Whoops. Will the trample damage still get through? Don't think it does. I actually tested this in a match last night. It just completely invalidates the creature. It like does the same thing as like the same graphic as okay, I said that. Trample gets through the protection? Or did I click the wrong color? Never mind. On to the next one. The white Coven is letting me down. Let's get a nice juicy victory. And call it a day. Of course, we're going to be jumping straight back into some fresh brews first thing tonight. And then for the rest of the day today, I'm going to be grinding away with some Naya aggro. Try to get myself to Mythic. I've getting close to 300 matches with the brew. I feel like I've mastered it. It's something I highly recommend. It's kind of a new epiphany. I mean, I've always known, but I've always avoided it because I'm just such a junkie for new brews. But if you do want to push rank, then yeah, just play one brew, get really good at it, and pick one of the top meta decks. It's as simple as that. I'm a space monkey, I'm a space monkey. With the funky space monkey. No counter spells. That's what that was a probe for. Are you the funky space monkey, baby? Maybe Juari. But you can't you worry that, can you? There we go. Are you a funky space monkey, baby? Baby. Coming in for 4. Thanks to the flash. Oh, Fading Hope is just so good. It's another one of these guys, huh? Lear, Hullbreaker Horror. I think that fantastic win against the Hullbreaker Brew earlier just set us up for like a series of terrible matchups after. Used up all of our karma in one Hullbreaker victory. Can get the Coven next turn. If you are a space monkey, baby. Come on. There we go. It's the gold span. I'm ready to bet this counterspell if I try to Fateful Absence it. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe not. But only just maybe. Okay. He used it up. So now it has to be, you know, a very specific. Or you can get rid of all of my Fateful Absences. We got the double test. I mean, the double, yeah, you know. You know what I mean. I swear to God, if he's got a second test. You take another 5 to the face. It's Kadoosh. Hello. How nice of you to show up. That is just juicy all the way. Finally, I've been waiting for this card, like we've hardly seen it. You need to have like the 5-mana sweeper here, or I think it's a GG. That little bit of life gain there. Just rounding us around back up to 15. Maybe a fire, dragon's fire on the Adeline. So when you put the Goldspan Dragon player in a position where you can't attack with said Goldspan Dragon, and that's when things start looking very good. Now, if you had some sort of interaction ready for Adeline or something, you might not have to use it for the Cathar instead. So I love the Cathar doesn't trigger the Goldspan. He doesn't get a treasure from that. Okay. That is fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. There could be a hull breaker here. So get ready. He'll probably block the 6/6 though. I don't think he has enough oomph to use a hull breaker and survive. We still win the game. There's no mana left. So he has to block the Adeline. And we get through for the rest. This card is so annoying. I really hate it. I'm so happy when I beat it. And we just managed to do that twice in one video. So if anything, Cathar Tribal gets my thumbs up badge of approval just for that. We have reached the 40-minute mark. I think we have time for one more quickie. Let's jump straight back in. Just thinking if I would add anything, I might put in maybe just a couple copies of Field of Ruin, which is just like an auto include for me in all decks, and I just seem to have forgotten to do that. I noticed now in the last match that I wanted to get rid of that Hall of the Storm Giants, and we didn't have one, so a little bit of lapse of judgment from your brewmaster. There we go. I'm actually kind of looking forward to playing some more Naya. I'm having fun just slamming. I want to really try and get into Mythic early this season, you know. I've done it earlier. I've done like a day 3 Mythic back in the day during Mutate. In the deck, get the land, get the Adeline. Easily means we can do the I don't know if he'll block this. I'm happy to see if he will. He probably wants the triggers. Okay, now to get the Coven, Brutal Cathar, we'll just do marvelously. Skadoosh. Followed up with Mr. Training. Oh, that is painful. It's like he wants to keep the veteran so badly. He has to let a 6/4 through. Okay. Get a little cat boy. That's pretty nice, little synergizage. Oof. But I think you just took one for the team, my dear fellow. You just flip you. Nah, let's go. Let's go for like making like even the Cathar, the one with the biggest. Then you get the da, and then you get the blah blah blah. And we just go full freaking send. Nice. I like this card, guys. That gives that sense of inevitability. You just need to build a nice little bit of a board state, get Adeline down, get Adeline going a little bit, and then you just slam. Give those things vigilance as well, so there's also just like too many good blockers on for the swing back, and it's just GG curtains. All right, we have neatly and tidily arrived at the 45-minute mark, and that is going to be it for this quick and janky afternoon brew. Let's jump back into it and make some final adjustments. And ooh, a Willowgeist. By the way, very decent savings. 50k gold, 1.7k gems, vault progress sitting decently. Also, how nice that we got all those bannings just before a new set. So a fair amount of mythics and rares. And don't forget to tune in on day 1. I'll be cracking upwards of 100 packs and showing you, the way that I use to maximize your vault progress before you start crafting things. And yeah, as mentioned, back into Cathar Tribal. What would we change? What would you change? I don't know. I kind of just like it the way things are. It should be, you know, it is what it is. Maybe we could reduce... my thinking between... this is a common. It's a 3-1. It dies to Spikefield Hazard. It is good to have that 3-1 on, you know, flashing in and all of that. But I'd rather have this uncommon that fetches you a land and turns into potentially a 3-3 lifelink. And there's no other 2-drops that I'd rather trim. Or you know, of my 3-drops, it's staying exactly like that. I think that's... I mean, it's just one of those aesthetically pleasing, efficient, quick and breezy brews that just, you know, a bit of a silver bullet. But when you get the nut draw, and can go slightly mid-rangey with the Sungold Sentinel able to continue to attack through a bigger board, and the Legion Angel potentially gaining you some flying presence. Yeah, that's it. That's the brew. I will see you guys all tonight. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you all then. This is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.